Hello, people. This is the Vinyl Casket, home to lamest tastes. You can check me out on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, all at the Vinyl Casket. One word. We subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. We're getting right into it. This is our weekly comic book review. The last 2 weeks I've been late because I've been away, but we are back with a massive week of a massive pull stack. And we're going to be talking about this stuff real quick with you guys. So if you don't know, if you haven't checked out one of my videos before with the weekly reviews, every single week on Wednesday, or if I'm not around, whenever I get to, I go to my comic shop, Fourth World over in Smithtown, New York. And I pick up my books. I read my books. I bag and board them. I take photos in my light box for my Instagram over at The Vinyl Casket, recently rebranded, where I do mini write-up reviews of how the series going, the artwork, the book, the whole shebang. And then I sit down with you guys and make a video every single week for the last 3 years about that week's books. Also, check out on my Instagram. I've been doing little mini write-ups of the shows and movies that I'm reviewing on the channel there. And then I make the bigger long-term video review over here on the YouTube channel. With that being said, we go Indies, Marvel, DC. We rate them 1 through 10, then we rank a top 5 or 3 depending on how many books I got that week for you guys at the end of the video. So remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell. If you want to get more of these videos, remember to get in the comments, discuss, are you into comics, are you not, the whole shebang, movies, TVs, music, anything you think about, let's talk about it. I'll make a video if you want it. Let's do it. We're going with Dynamite. We're doing issue 10. I believe it's a variant cover for Disney's Gargoyles. I talk about it a lot, but Dynamite's licensing of the Disney products recently has been crucial for me. At first, I was very confused. I'm still don't understand the legality behind this or the reasoning why Disney, who owns Marvel, would license out the rights to their products to another comic company that they don't fully own, when they could be getting all the profit by giving their licenses to a company they own. All the money's going back into them. I don't know, but Dynamite's creative teams that have been on these brands have been incredible. Gargoyles, issue 10. This is the finale of the whole Goliath being on trial, and are the courts, the Supreme Court or whatever, are they going to rule that gargoyles deserve the same human rights as humans? And are they deemed sentient creatures? And both of those things happen. This is the last big interview moment, and turns out there was some fishy stuff in the background that we find out at the end. And we lead into the next storyline, which I'm very excited to see what's going to happen and how this is going to play out. But right now, the last 5 issues have been about this trial, and it looks like the Gargoyles are in the clear. I'm giving this a 8 out of 10. I think this series is phenomenal. It's top tier. If you don't like Gargoyles, it's not for you, obviously. But we're going to move into issue 2 of Disney's Darkwing Duck Negaduck. This is the spin-off of the Darkwing Duck series, the first of 2, because there's another one coming out with Justice Ducks. But Negaduck, awesome cover here, has been really good. It's cool that this story doesn't even heavily rely on him fighting Darkwing Duck. It has zero to do with that. It's him trying to be the best villain ever. He's trying to one-up everybody. He's trying to be famous. He's trying to control the world. He finds this scheme that's someone else's scheme, really, and he finds a way to snag it from them. And now all the villains that he's screwed over in the past are trying to go after him. But in order to find where this treasure is, which is basically just the Midas touch story into a gauntlet, he has to do stuff to get Morgana, Darkwing Duck's girlfriend, to do something for him, which is this big labyrinth storytelling going on. Really good issue. Again, 8 out of 10. I think the way that Dynamite is handling these series is better than Marvel probably could have. I think the artwork with David Nakayama's covers that have been going on, I don't even know if none of these are David Nakayama's, but a lot of the A covers have been David Nakayama, DNA, who's an incredible Marvel artist, which I guess that would make sense if he's done work with Disney's comic company they could be pulled in. I don't know. Really good. Moving on to Boom Studios. So this is issue 113 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Darkest Hour story event. I believe this is part 2 of Darkest Order. Really cool cover here. I'm loving this. I'm loving the tie-in to all the different Ranger teams. I get that this is supposed to kind of hit at that like Shattered Grand storyline kind of thing, where we're trying to pull everybody in and we're trying to lean into the Zeo era, maybe. Is that where we're going? The Draken Rangers are tied in finally here with the storylines really lining up. Billy's going through a bunch of stuff. Really good story. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. I've been loving Power Rangers, but there's just so much they're packing in, and then things that they're missing, things that they're skipping on, things that they're pushing. It's a weird cup of tea, but it's good. Also from Boom Studios, we have issue 34 variant cover for Something Is Killing the Children. We're still going on with the whole Cutter versus Erica Slaughter. Things are finally starting to happen. Erica now knows that the Delupatite or whatever it's called monster has taken a form to look like her. The two people that she's been trying to save are in danger of Cutter, so she's going after them. Really interesting storytelling here. I love the artwork. I love the direction of this story. I've been loving it since the start. Something Is Killing Children issue 34 is a solid 8 out of 10. Now we move over to the Image Realm. We're going to start off with something from Skybound, which is a sub-brand of Image. This is issue 5 of Void Rivals. This is in the new universe of Transformers and G.I. Joe. This is the first title that's been. We get a couple different things with like the quintessons. Don't want to mispronounce that. But mostly some new stuff with these two different alien races that don't realize that they're the same race, that they're identical, but that wear all this gear and hate each other, and there's this big ring and all this stuff. We're really going into an interesting direction here, and I'm really enjoying how things are just amped up in this issue. They like really just like rapid fire got super relevant, super like it's been a slow paced build, and this issue really sped things up, and it's really good. This is a 7.5 out of 10. It's easy, it's good. If you haven't read it, get the other 4 issues and read this. You're gonna love it. If you like space stories, if you like indie comics, if you like Transformers, if you like, I haven't seen the G.I. Joe reference yet, but if you like that stuff, get on this as soon as possible. All right, we're moving on to our first full Image title. This is issue 3 variant cover of Per Evil. This is a weird book. It really is just a weird book, and it gets weirder every issue. We're getting a lot of background story, but I'm not sure how much of it is true. I don't know how much of it is a fabricated tale by the father to push a direction onto his daughter. How much of the mother is not true, trying to get her daughter back. You see like the revelation of the daughter seeing things that her dad's telling her and realizing things that have been happening with her mom her whole life, and like you see it in a real cool like evolutionary panel, which I really did enjoy, and I thought it was done really well. But how much of that is true, I don't know. But it seems like we got a lot of weird origin information, but I'm not sure how to push it all together. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Really solid series. I'm really enjoying it. Artwork is awesome. Okay, this is a twofer. So we've issue 26 and issue 26.5, parts 2 and 3 of the current storyline. This is Radiant Black, the Catalyst War. These are the 2 issues that tie in, 26 and 26.5. So really cool. I thought originally they were going to just do A and B covers are going to be 2 different, because at the end, the last issue 25, whether you got the A cover or the B cover, they were the exact same story except for the ending. The ending was different in those 2 stories, with Nathan getting the Radiant in one, and then him not getting in the other, and the other guy his best friend Randall getting it. I believe it's Randall. But I think 0.5 is Nathan having it, and the other one is Randall. So they start off pretty similar, and they go in pretty similar directions, except in 0.5, Nathan never calls Radiant Pink to help save people and clear the area and get people out. So at the end of this book, the people that were saved in this book end up being killed. So if you don't read this, you wouldn't be like, what is this scene with this burnt car? That's the people that got saved by Radiant Pink in this issue. But Nathan doesn't have a developed relationship with Radiant Pink, where Randall does, while Nathan was gone. So he was able to think, oh, I can get Radiant Pink. I don't do this alone. That's my team. He never really had a team. So he doesn't know them. He doesn't know that. That's a really interesting, like, dynamic that I think these two issues really played on, because halfway through they go two different directions, but the lead up is pretty similar, and then they split. Really enjoy that. I really like that, and they're doing the whole challenge thing. I can't wait to see how this goes. It sucks that I have to buy 2 issues every month now, but they're different to a point. I'm gonna give them both a solid 7.5. I think the 2 issue thing takes away 0.5, but really cool. Right, moving on to Marvel, only one book. This is the 20th Century Studios split cover, whatever. This is issue 2 of Predator versus Wolverine. We continue with this, with the whole Team X stuff going on and everything that's with it. Really enjoy the storyline. I'm really enjoying, like, the transitionary periods between this and him fighting the Predators. It's just a solid story. There's not much to talk about it. It's a lot of action, a lot of really good artwork. This is a 7 out of 10. Okay, DC, starting off. Where is issue number 33 of Harley Quinn. This is part of the Dawn of DC. It's tied into the Batman series. It's one of my favorite writers. It's Tini Howard, and I like the art. I like the story. There's a lot of dialogue, so it might be off-putting for some people that usually aren't used to reading that much dialogue. There was a lot of dialogue, in my opinion. And Sweeney Boo, incredible artist. This issue was the most cartoony yet in the series because it was mostly set in different worlds and realities. Or they play back and forth. The storyline with this weird multiversal detective is fun, and I like it. It's playful. It was just a little overwhelming in this issue for me personally, but I still enjoyed it, and I'm gonna stick with it until it gets too much for me. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Also, I think the story is great. I think the writing is great. I think the art is great. I just think that they're all at such a high level that it's a little bit overwhelming if you read, like, more down to earth, less cartoony, less dialogue heavy, weird multiversal books. Okay, we're down to, what is this issue? Issue 5 of Green Arrow variant cover. We're continuing. Turns out that future old version of Ollie isn't Ollie. It was someone else, his worst enemy, but that ties into, like, something else. Now he's got to fight all these other versions of himself. The Legion of Superheroes is like, oh, time travel is illegal. I don't know if they don't realize that every storyline they ever have is about time travel. I don't know. Solid story, though. This is 6.5 out of 10. It could be a little bit better. I'm hoping that next issue really pushes it. Okay, issue 2 of The Flash, a really cool variant cover. This again was very strange intro. Setting up, is it the stillness or whatever? And basically moving him into a new power set where he's moving so fast that he's not even moving as much as he's just, like, shifting himself. Very strange. It took me a couple of reads to really understand how they were setting up this new ability mindset kind of thing. And I really like it. And I think it's going to be really good. And I can't wait to see where they go. And I want to know how all these villains are getting these alien tech upgrades. Really interesting. Solid book. 7.5. And then finally, Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War issue 2 Red Hood, or Red Hood issue 2, whatever you want to say. This ties everything together, right? It leads it out of the first issue, goes forward, ties in the Joker stuff, ties in the Scarecrow stuff, ties in the Scandal Savage shit, ties in his whole thing with Catwoman, Batman capturing him and using that gas on him to instill fear, him going into the fire, him fighting the Joker and Scarecrow, which isn't shown in the Catwoman issues, and then Batman showing up. Really interesting. It tied all that stuff together and kind of mushed it. I really enjoyed that. This is a solid 7.5. This is an 8. This is an 8. This is an 8 issue. I'm really enjoying Gotham War. I was very skeptical at first, but I'm really enjoying Gotham War. Okay, so this leads us to our top 5. And obviously we have a lot of books to go through in order to pick that, right? Is not an easy choice in any manner. This is not easy. Because there was a lot of weird books that did a lot of interesting things this week. This is so hard. Damn. All right, I think I know what I'm going to do. It doesn't feel fair. All right, 5 is going to be Gotham War. Okay, following that, I'm going to do Suddenly Killing the Children at 4, Flash at 3, Gargoyles, no. Yeah, I'm going to do Radiant Black at 2, both issues, because I think that's I really liked how that worked. And then my pick of the week is going to be Gargoyles. I think the end of that trial is really cool, and the way they told the story in this issue, just in this issue, was just incredible. And that is my review for the week, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to tune in next week. Much smaller stack. But remember to check out all the playlists. Check out the Instagram for all the mini write-up reviews over at The Vinyl Casket. Hop in the comments. Let's talk about stuff. I will talk about anything comic or movie related. And of course, remember to do the biggest favor you possibly can. Check out The Vinyl Casket. Home to Lamest Taste. YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, all The Vinyl Casket, one word. Subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. And do me the biggest favor and stay lame.